Hey friends, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. Today we're going to talk about a petite wig from Henry Margu. This is Tara in the color 88GR, and she is made with a petite cap, and I can't wait to tell you all about her. I'll talk about the fit, I'll talk about this color inside and outside, and the style. Let's get going. I am partnering with Name Brand Wigs on this review. They sent me Tara so I could show all of you, and I'm really excited to have a petite cap to tell you all about. If you're here only for color, I timestamp everything in the description. You can skip ahead to whatever you care about. Color is always at the end of my videos, both inside and outside. Name Brand Wigs is an online retailer. They carry all the major name brands. I have some details in the description below, and I love them. I've been a customer since the beginning of my wig wearing journey, which is over 5 years ago. So I recommend them. I love partnering with them. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. You know, I'm struggling a little bit right now with filming. My husband is helping me remodel my office. We put up a brand new wall, which is very light colored. Eventually I'm going to have shelving and some other things in front of it, but for now I'm having to get creative when I film blonde so that it doesn't blend into the background. So I have a gray blanket on the door behind me. I hope this is working, but please give me feedback. I really want you to get all the information that you possibly can on these reviews and see everything you want to see. It's not a perfect world because I'm not a professional with all the tools and knowledge that professionals have, but hopefully this gray background is really allowing you to see this color and the style. I'd love to hear what you think. Now, Tara is a very low density piece, very, very flat to the head. There is no Permatease in this style at all. She is very flat, very low density, very, very sleek. I don't think the density is so low that you have to worry about seeing the cap. I think they did a great job constructing this piece. Really low density pieces can be challenging, but I think they did a phenomenal job. Let's take a look inside the cap, and then I will kind of show you that lace front up close when I put her back on. The knots are just a little bit visible on this one. We have got a lace front, temple to temple, kind of ear tab to ear tab, a full mono top. This line right here is the transition between the lace and the mono. That's really common. Sometimes you can see that transition if the parting space is if there's enough room for you to see that part, which I don't really think you have on this one. A little face powder will help with that. We've got soft ear tabs with bendable stays, open wefting throughout. There is no extended nape, and we do have Velcro adjusters. So let me throw her back on and I will show you that lace front up close. I can really tell that this is a petite cap. We'll talk about fit here in just a moment. So let's make sure this is in place. That's that lace front. You can see the knotting just a little bit there. Some brands will take the very light highlighted pieces and they'll be really heavy in the front with those. That can help kind of hide dark knots if it's a rooted color. The problem with that is some people don't like that super light in the front. Some people feel that that changes the overall tone of the color and maybe looks a little unrealistic. Some people love it. We're all so different. I'm so grateful that wig companies have such variety, but I just wanted to point out they didn't do that with this one, and that's why you can kind of see those knots, because this is a rooted color. That's what the GR stands for in the Henry Margu line. 88GR is the color. So I just wanted to make sure you knew about that. The other thing I want to quickly touch on is the parting. So we can part this one anywhere because that whole top is monofilament. So you can change the part. It did come left going over to the right. It's a pretty densely knotted part. When wigs are this densely knotted at the top, I sometimes have trouble getting it to lay really nice on one side or the other of that part and to really kind of take out that zigzag part, which this did come with a zigzag. And so what I tend to do is I just pluck that part line a little bit. Once I get it set where I want it, I pluck it, that helps a ton. I have a video, I have many videos actually, showing how I pluck the part line to help with realism on wigs. I have some showing heat friendly and some showing regular synthetic. Since this is regular synthetic, not heat friendly, I'll make sure the regular synthetic video is linked below so you can go learn how to do that. In that video, I pluck a part line, I pluck the hairline a little bit, I take a steamer to get lift, I do a lot. So it will really teach you how to make a synthetic wig your own. Now the nape on this one is 2.5 inches. So the nape, when I refer to the nape, that's this measurement back here, right at the bottom. I usually say anything shorter than 2 inches, you really need to be aware of your hairline. So I do think this is a long enough nape that even people with a low hairline in the back can definitely wear this one. But if you're new to wigs, just be aware on shorter pieces, the nape length, which is usually listed in the product description on whatever website you're looking at, is going to be really important for you to understand if you're looking at shorter pieces and learning what your nape hair length dictates you should wear. Now, if you get a color that's really close to your bio hair, it isn't as critical because it will typically just blend in. You're looking for something super sleek and flat to the head. Maybe you struggle a little bit with wig wearing because you've been losing your hair and all wigs are overwhelming because they just look like more hair than you're used to. A really sleek, low density, flat style like this could be really helpful. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're looking at wigs. You can never really learn about the Permatease on a product page. That's why these reviews are critical, especially on that. All right, let's talk about fit. This is considered a petite average cap. I may have said petite in the very beginning, but the label and the website both say petite average. Please bear with me with the dogs. I'm trying to get them to be quiet, but I just have to finish this video, so we're gonna power through. I have a 21.25 circumference. I am 13 inches from here to here, and I'm 12.5 from here to here, I think. All my measurements are below. I hope I remembered those correctly. And what I can tell you is this is fitting me super snug. I have got no extra cap. It is hugging my head like a glove. I normally get a lot of extra cap in the crown on average size caps because I am pretty petite over the top of my head. I get no extra cap. These ear tabs fall like a little higher than I like them. I would prefer the ear tabs to be right about here just because that gives me more coverage for my bio. So while these ear tabs are sitting a little high from what I prefer, they're absolutely doable, and the benefit is tucking is easier because the ear tabs aren't in the way. Wearing glasses will be easier because the ear tabs aren't in the way. So if your measurements are really similar to mine, know that this cap feels like it's fitting smaller than other average size caps, but it's still comfortable. It feels super secure. I wouldn't need to wear a wig grip with this at all because it is fitting me like a glove. But it's not giving me a headache. It's not tight around my circumference. So it's a great size for anyone with similar measurements to mine and smaller. All right, let's move on to color. 88GR. Now, in the Henry Margu line, when you see GR on a color code, that means it has a gradient root, and that just basically means it's kind of a shadow root, and it sort of starts out and then gets thinner and thinner as you go down. What I really like about the way that they root these is they don't use a dark root. This is just a little bit of a darker tone to the rest of the color, so it's a real natural. But it is dark enough that even my kind of ashy, it's getting a really gray hair, will pass and blend fairly well. And then what we have on the rest of this, you can see some shine. I will say that this is a little bit shiny. It is regular synthetic, and those can be shiny, especially in these blondes. But you're seeing a lot more shine than you'd see in person because of all the light I have on me. The light is critical for details, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. So what we have here is golden wheat blonde with some dark blonde undertones and that gradient root. This is kind of, you know, like as I'm looking at it, it's kind of a golden beigey blonde. It's not a super yellow blonde at all. Real natural, kind of a medium blonde with some dark blonde. Let's go outside so you can see this color outside, and don't forget, Name Brand Wigs made this review possible, so show them a little love and visit their website at some point. Thanks for watching. All right, friends, here we go. On a happy to be alive type of day here in Minnesota. It is 40-some degrees out, and it's January. You guys have bright sunlight on here. There's that root. So you can see it is not at all a dark root. And you can also see not a real yellow blonde either, even in warm sunlight, which really, please note that lighting matters tremendously, and it will change how a color looks. If the light is warm, the color will look warm. If the light is cool, the color will look cooler. One more look at that root. All right, I hope I got it. It's hard for me to see in my screen when the sun is bright. Have a good day, you guys. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.